about life in the time of the coronavirus epidemic. The dummy craps did pass their $25 billion emergency bailout of the U.S. postal system in the House, which they control. But that will come to nothing when it goes before the Senate, now with the Republicans. And even if it did pass there, which it won't, the trumpet has already announced that he would happily veto it. So it was an empty dummy crap gesture to show their support for another bankrupt system and their love for what they call true democracy, itself another totally bankrupt system. A tape emerged of the trumpet's sister calling him a liar, a cheat, and a fool. The dummy craps are excited about this. The trumpet said, "I miss my brother, and who cares? He's got me there. I don't care." I would say that the difference between this epidemic and others is that previously people became aware that something was wrong with public health. People were sick and dying, and the deaths were somehow connected. The symptoms were the same, there was an epidemic, and survival was largely a matter of luck. Awareness then came through a diffuse process. Now the reportage is sharp and immediate. We get the numbers every day. What the numbers mean has never been agreed upon or known, but they do give the impression of specific, detailed insight into the activity of the virus. It may not be as deadly as some, but it is as virulent. And all of this loud hum, like cicadas, of information creates a different kind of fear, sort of an excess of caution and precaution. And though there is this great difference, survival is still pretty much a matter of luck and genetic predisposition. It is strange, but I think true, to say that the overwhelming awareness we have had of this virus, this pandemic, has been one of the big problems we have had with it. The idea right now is to brace myself for another attack of democracy this week of the Republican National Virtual Convention, when the trumpet will burst forth across the airwaves. The police report to a domestic disturbance call in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The man there, a black man, refuses to listen to the police, fights with them, overcoming a tasing, and walks away toward a van with several children in it while the police are shouting for him to stop. As he is entering the van, they shoot him in the back. There is video evidence of this. I heard there was terrible rioting and burning in Milwaukee last night. It's hard to believe with all that's happened that the cops could do this, but they did. It's done, and now a bad, festering situation will get much worse. Par for the course in the year 0 CE. I spoke about this with someone who said, all we get is that video and nothing about the non-compliance, the facts that they did hit him with a taser and he shrugged it off, and possibly there was a weapon in the van, or the cops thought there might be and could not take that chance. I said none of those circumstances matter, only a white cop shooting a black man in the back on video, period. That's it, and that's all of it. I also said if I was a dummy crap leader, I would set up several thousand protesters at the site of the trumpet's virtual conference and tell them to make noise, get rowdy, set fires, and throw rocks. If the cops or feds break them up, They will look like stormtroopers. Next night, run it again. Blame everything on the trumpet. Police brutality, systemic racism, all of it. Let the Democrats run as the peacekeepers, the healers, the unifiers. Cast the trumpet as a wild, mean, vindictive, bad man. Stick to that and ride that horse to victory in November. Then, if you're the pander man, fake a heart condition, step aside, and let Shamala Scaris run the show. They say defund the police. The question, or at least my question, is who in the hell would want to be a cop in America today? And what orders does a police chief give to his white cops when they come into contact with a person of color? America is the setting for this coronavirus report, and that is important because here in America we are all democracy. The people are many, but they are not wise. They want what they want. Desire is the engine of capitalism, and ultimately we are ruled by our desires, not a good foundation or prospect for peace and contentment. But don't worry, there's plenty of virtual money to go around. Democracy.